Hi guys, it's Omega again. And actually what I'm doing right now is playing. I'm playing around. I wanted to see how I could make some gold trimmed embellishments. Now here's one. This is a die cut and it can be any die or whatever you want to do, but what I'm trying to achieve here is making my own embellishments, using some of the dies that I have and really coming up with something different instead of buying ready-made embellishments, if you know what I mean. Nothing against the ready-made ones, but if you're a crafter, really the joy in doing a handmade item is doing all of it yourself. That's my personal point of view. As you all know, I really love Anna Griffin's dies and her folders. And she also sells ready-made embellishments, and I'm not knocking them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking them at all. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous, as a matter of fact. But my personal thing is I can achieve very much of the same thing doing it myself from scratch. So that's what I'm kind of playing around at doing. And so just as an example, this was simply a doily die cut, and I have some metallic acrylic paint. This particular paint I got from Michael's, and it came in a tube, and it was a set of 5 of these. Now I'll show you all of them. Hope I don't go too long here, but I just had to share this. These came in a plastic tube, and I believe at the time I bought them, here you have copper. This is a pearl, a very nice shimmery pearl. Here's silver, here's gold, and this one is kind of a bronze color. Now, I got these on a table that they were on sale in the tube for, I think, either $2 or $5. It might have been $5. But it's acrylic paint. It's simply liquid acrylic paint. You can see there. And what I did here is simply took a paintbrush, and you can get these almost a dime a dozen at the craft store. I took one with the straight edge so I can go around this with that paint. And I mean, it gives you a nice shimmer, it covers beautifully, and you can do a lot of these at one time and just let them dry overnight, and there you have something you can use as an embellishment. And I enjoyed doing it myself, is my whole point. So I used paint in this instance, but what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do one. I've already gone around the edge of this with some Versamark. In fact, I used, instead of the ink pad, I used a Versamark pen. And I simply went around this edge. I hope that it's still tacky enough. It may not be now. Let's see if it'll hold my glitter, my embossing powder. What I was going to try to achieve here is, yes, it's still holding it, because I can go over it more than once if I need to. But what I was going to do here is go around this edge and emboss this and see if I can get a nice edge on here. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I didn't want to do all of this on camera because it's my first time doing it. But I will have to do this on camera as a tutorial to show you how I came up with these different finishes. But I just love the fact that I can make my embellishments to really match my project. So depending on what I'm making, I may use different types of materials. So I showed you the paints that I had. But again, let me just show. They are these metallic little tubs of paint that I got. They're acrylic, metallic, and they're Michaels, and they came in a tube. So they were stacked on top of each other in a clear tube. And this is the label that was on it. So it's Artist Loft acrylic metallic paint jars. So that's what I used here. I'm going to show you the projects that I did the paint with, or the items rather. I did some embossing and I did some painting. This cute little butterfly is out of that copper metallic paint. Sorry, I'm trying to I'm always trying to get the right camera angle. Boy, I wish you could see that really good. There, I'm trying to catch the light so you can see it has a beautiful shimmer. I only put one coat of paint. Of course, you can do another coat and then just dry it with your embossing dryer. Here's another beautiful die cut. I have some leaves that I have dies for. I will share those when I show a project because I don't remember the name of the dies, but there's several cut out leaves like this. And this is painted with that paint from Michaels. And this is that doily that I showed you the first time, a beautiful metallic finish. And I don't think the camera's doing it justice, but has a beautiful metallic sheen to it. Gorgeous as an embellishment on a project. Now, this is the last one I showed you, I believe, that is also, it's Recollections embossing powder that has the glitter in it. Let me open that. Hopefully I won't make a mess here. If you can see how the glitter is already in there. And when you can emboss it on, then you don't have a mess with the glitter getting everywhere. It is a little messy to do, but at least that glitter is down, stuck to the project once you do it. And I don't like glitter that lifts off, and this is probably the best way to use glitter for me. But so this is a two-piece. Again, that's the background that I went around the edge with Versamark, embossed it, and actually I embossed it and let it get hot, and then I poured some more on so that it would give a nice finish. And then I just had the little small oval doily on top of that. So that is embossed. This is embossed. This is another leaf, one of those cutout leaves. This is embossed using, it's the Ranger brand, and it's called Queen's Gold. And it's a very fine embossing powder, and it did a beautiful job. Fine embossing powder does a very nice job of embossing. And that's a gorgeous finish. That will make a gorgeous embellishment on a project. Here's a little butterfly. I had a little trouble getting that coverage just right. I used the Martha Stewart Gold embossing powder, and it didn't cover quite as nicely as the fine that I used for from Ranger. Now, this again is the fine, and so I'm showing you here in two parts exactly what I did. So I went around the edge of this circle, and this has, you can see the little crimped edges, sort of like a pinked edge on that. And so I went around that edge with the Versamark. I embossed it with the fine embossing powder. And so all you would need to do is stamp a little small greeting. This is a small circle. Small greeting in that circle and then simply glue it on then. So I'm going to show you what I would do once I've stamped it. Then you just put it in the center. And there you have a nice, that's probably not totally even all the way around, but you get the idea. So you have a nice embellished, nice beautiful gold finish that you can use that embellished piece on a project. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get ready for the holidays and Christmas, but I didn't want to purchase all my embellishments. I wanted to make my own. And of course, this is going to be very flexible depending on the project. And I just wanted to share with you guys what I was doing today. I got this on crooked, and it's, even though I'm doing it as a demo, it's bugging me. So those are the little things that I did. So the next time I come back to show this, I will do it all on camera so that you can see. Some with paint, some with embossing powder, and what I'll do here is on this side, these are all paint. On this side here is using various embossing powders. And I found that the fine embossing powder does the better job of coverage and actually working with it. This is the embossing powder that has glitter in it. It's the Recollection brand. This is the Ranger brand. This one was Martha Stewart. These are all painted using the Michaels Artist Loft brand acrylic metallic paint. And I mean, it's really quick and easy. You can do several of these at one time, dry them with your embossing dryer, and there you have a nice embellishment. And this is just some of the things. Just imagine what you can do with your die cuts. And there's other ways as well. There's many other ways you can make embellishments, but this is just some of the quick, easy ways without heating up embossing powder. You can get the heating pot, which I do have that, and I haven't even used it yet, but that's another way to get a nice heavy coating. So for example, if you're going to do something with this where you wanted it to be thicker, use that heavy heat, the embossing powder that you can dip it in, and that would be gorgeous. So anyway, guys, I'll be back with more of this type of thing later. Trying to get ready, like I said, with get ready for holiday projects. So just want to share. Talk to you guys later. Bye.